I'm not usually one for jumping in front of the camera. I'm normally behind it with a team, so bear with me. But I figured, because I'm one of the very few fortunate ones who actually have hands-on with the Blackmagic Pyxis 6K, it's finally shipping. Should be with you soon if you've pre-ordered an L-mount version. I think in the States you're looking at about a week to 2 weeks. I've had this one for a little while, so I've tested it a little bit, but not to the level that I would give a competent review. That will come along with comparisons to like the Komodo FS6 and etc. But I figured for now I'd jump in front of the camera and answer some of those questions that some of you might have, and give my initial thoughts on what I like and what I don't like about this unit in particular. It's a tool for me, and I want to make sure that if you're going to purchase something like this that might be a bit more for you or a bit less for you, that it's the right purchase. If you've ever bought anything from Blackmagic, you'll know normally you get a big box with a load of polystyrene and something small inside. They save costs. They give us these amazing tools that allow us to do these amazing things. This is the box that Pyxis comes in. It's quite sleek. If you've searched out this video, you've probably seen other people unboxing them and know what's inside. It's a big chunk of polystyrene with your camera unit and a couple of other little bits. So you actually get the SSD side plate. And what I haven't seen anyone else mention is that it comes with 2 longer straps. They're for a mobile device. One of the plans I have for this unit is live streaming sports events in Europe next year. So we'll be using Starlink to broadcast from Pyxis straight to a truck where it'll be live edited and live streamed out. So this is really great. But what I will say, as it is included, so it's really good that they do that. It's very cheap plastic, or at least it feels very cheap plastic. I don't think it will be very difficult to accidentally break one of these. You get a welcome card, which basically says, well done, you're one of the very few people in the universe that have actually touched and used the Pyxis. Jokes. A sticker, which they always include, and I love them for that. Everyone loves a sticker. And of course, DaVinci Resolve, which is really great. And that's it. Other than the power brick and some adapters, there's nothing else within the box. They didn't include a battery, which I think is a bit of a low blow. Fortunately, from owning the FX6, I have several Sony BPU batteries. I plan on rigging this to V-mount as well on the VCT behind me. I did have DTAP to Blackmagic lined up for this. I'm actually waiting for Amazon as we speak, because I didn't realize they changed from the typical 2-pin Blackmagic mount to 2-pin LEMO. So that means you'll be able to run on BPUs and V-mounts, and when your V-mount's getting low, if you're performing like capturing a live event or something like that, you can hot swap your V-mounts because it will switch natively over to the BPU. So it's bigger than the Komodo and roughly around about the same size as an FX6, but certainly a lot heavier, but it's a nice size and it's a nice weight. L-mount I think is the best, because like right now I have it adapted to an EF version of this lens. I also have PL to L-mount adapters, M42 to L-mount adapters, FD to L-mount adapters, Nikon AI to Nikon F to L-mount adapters. They're all widely available. That L-mount alliance means you can really open up a whole bag of lenses and suites, and then with the ability to shoot Super 35 and Super 16 on this, which I love, means you can go all the way down to a C-mount lens with the right doubler if you want to. So glass, the world's your oyster on L-mount, and I really recommend that you order this now. Things I love about this camera: form factor. Obviously it's the camera we've been asking for years. I remember back in 2017, I think it was, getting my Pocket 6K and just falling in love with the image. Ergonomics of that camera were awful, absolutely awful, and you had to make these Frankenstein rigs to get it usable. But I shot some really great documentaries on that camera. The image, B-raw, fantastic. And I can remember saying to everyone, if they just put it in a box, like you and many others have probably already said, that it would be the perfect camera. So for all the whinging, for me personally, we've been dying for this form factor for years and years. Staying on form factor, I feel that this camera is going to be really great to actually rig for all types of events, documentaries, narratives. Like I own and operate a jib arm, so putting this up there with the ability to go for USB-C I do have a pre-order on the monitor, and that will be here soon, hopefully. So the ability to have USB-C to wherever I want and control this camera is fantastic. Blackmagic always put everything you need to hand, and the Pyxis is certainly no different, with all these buttons and all these pressable, dialable buttons and different customizations ready for you and available at a touch. I think that's fantastic. The move to BNC SDI, as is more commonly known, is really wonderful. HDMI is an outdated port. 12G BNC, when not operated correctly, so if you don't follow the proper protocol, it's great to blow these things up, and I can see a lot of these units getting blown up in that way. I hope it doesn't happen, but I'm not aware of any extra transistors or resistors or fuses within these that will prevent that from overriding and destroying the main boards. But watch this space, I guess. So boot up time on this camera is actually very quick. I absolutely love the menu system and the ability to just swipe to where you need to go and what you need to do. The ability to go from OpenGate, 6K OpenGate, all the way down to Super 16 and Full HD is really great. Something I love about Blackmagic is that they give you those options to window your sensor. If you want to know what that looks like, let me know. I can shoot some footage to show you the different crops and details, but there is a table on the Blackmagic website where it will show you an image and what you're going to get out of it from various different modes. Me personally, I probably won't be shooting OpenGate all that time, but in 6K DCI, 16:9 and 241, which are ones that I will play around in, you can shoot in two of those at 48 frames per second, so 50% reduction in speed and further if you use optical flow, or one of them, I think its 2:1 aspect ratio, is 60 frames per second. I quite like 2:1 aspect ratio as well, so that's great to see. And then as you go down to, I believe, Super 16, you can go up to 100 frames per second, which is 2K, and Full HD I think is 120 frames per second. This is everything you were expecting and more. Full frame, beautiful sensor in a very riggable, rigid, solid body that's got lots of mounting and IO options available for you. A real operator's camera so far from what I can see. That's what I love in a nutshell. So let's briefly go through the bits I think you should be aware of if you're going to purchase this. The bits I wasn't really impressed with, I've already mentioned a couple of them. The plate here being absolutely terrible plastic, that would be point one. The lack of battery I think is a drop ball. So I'm not one to do these silly YouTube tests where you're throwing your camera around. It's unrealistic and unnatural, and I don't know of any scene where you're going to be shooting that. But a slow pan for any camera is quite normal, and on the side screen it's exceptionally noticeable that you start seeing massive amounts of jello irregardless of the format that you're shooting in. However, what I have noticed is when you're going through SDI to your monitor, it's not as apparent on your monitor. So I don't know again if it's a weird refresh thing with the screen that's going on there. I haven't checked the footage to have a look, but I have been told again that there's a firmware update to address a minor amount of that. You can also, as well, because this is recording gyro data, use gyro stabilization in your color page. Turn the stabilization right down if you don't need it, and it will reduce, I think, about 87% of that jello effect, which is a feature I don't know why they don't shout about. I'm going to hold back an opinion on that one at the moment because I haven't shot footage to actually see what's going on, and it might just be that this flickering bad boy down here, I'll turn off for now so that you're not distracted by it, is the cause of that really bad, but it's very noticeable. Yeah, I think had I not tested it through the SDI monitor, I may have been sending this back for that very reason. For me personally, I would have liked to have seen the record button either up here or down the bottom here. And like I said, with DTAP to the Pyxis itself, you can battery hot swap, but I would urge everyone to power your monitor separately. That's how you avoid a ground loop, which will blow your monitor and or Pyxis, which is going to be bad news for anybody that does that. If you want to know about protocol or you want to go through, you're not sure, please do give me comment down below or send me a message, and I'll happily go through or do a video on proper SDI BNC protocol. There's the Pyxis against the red Komodo. So as you can see, it is it's a little bit bigger than the Komodo. It's certainly a lot heavier than the Komodo. I will be doing a comparison on these two cameras and how they stack against each other. It's not for people that just want to hit everything in auto and need autofocus and all that other stuff. A general consumer. If you're a real operator, I think this is going to be a great tool in my personal opinion, and that's all I can give you. I haven't got any real use case. I've literally taken out of the box. I've shot some stuff around the studio, around the house, and I haven't even brought that into DaVinci Resolve yet to have a look at what that actually looks like and feels like within an NLE. I hate the term run and gun, doesn't exist. There's a very small amount of roles within the creative industry that do run and gun. Everyone else knows what they're shooting beforehand and should be able to plan for it. So I wouldn't call it a run and gun camera because I don't believe in run and gun. Those guys are literally running after tornadoes or news events, and they are running and gunning. Everyone else, you're planning your shoots, and so I think all of those gripes that people have got, although maybe grounded in some sense, I don't think they're necessarily worthy of the hate or controversy that this camera has received so far. Could spend a lot more on a lot worse, really. So great system so far, really wonderful. Okay, waffle over. I hate being in front of the camera, so if you've lasted this long, well done. I'm an active commercial cinematographer and DP. I do videography as well. They're very separate entities, and I do photography too. So if any of that interests you, I've got one of my narratives is actually being launched in the cinemas in the middle of next month, depending on when you're watching this. October is actually going to be launched. So I'll be going to that, and I'll be doing the BTS, and you'll get to meet the director hopefully, and all that jazz. I've got another film right now is doing the circuits, doing really well, picked up quite a few awards for that. I've got a big hard-hitting docu-series coming soon that's going to be launched within Parliament Building, with all kinds of political people there and everything else. We'll be doing BTS on that. So if that interests you, then stick around, hit the subscribe button. My plan is to just regularly update this channel with so many different things, but I see on a lot of the forums people's frustration and gripes, which is why I've started with the Pyxis. If I haven't covered something and you really want to know, I love talking to like-minded people. I really do. I could waffle on for hours. So please do get in contact, whether that's in the comment section, which I will keep an eye on, or you want to message me on socials, then please feel free. If I don't get back to you, it's because I haven't seen your message, so give me a nudge somewhere else, and I'll try and answer what I can to the best that I can. For all the little trolls and haters out there, I look forward to your comments too, because it gives me a chuckle and the rest of the office a chuckle. But yeah, I intend on attracting quite a few of you and having a laugh publicly. So that's it from me. The Blackmagic Pyxis 6K is real. It's here. Very happy. I really am. Despite the moaning, I'm very happy. Can't wait to shoot some stuff on it. Can't wait to show you some stuff on it. Stick around, make sure you subscribe, like. Let's boost the algorithm up so the world can see my ugly mug a bit more, and let me know what else you want to see coming up on the channel. And if you're on the weekend, I hope you're having a great weekend. If it's the week for you, I hope you're having a great week. If you're not, think of something you love, have a smile. See you in the next one.